What's up YouTube, it's Zapdos TCG here and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily competitive Pokemon TCG videos, so definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any upcoming content. Today we're going to be talking about new cards that were revealed over in the Champions League in Japan, and I am very excited. There's going to be a new Zapdos card. It's not going to be an EX, but we're going to be talking about Rockets cards. We're going to be getting these in Destined Rivals, coming out in the Western world over at the end of May, which is very short, actually very nearby. In about 2 months, we are going to have access to these cards, and it's going to be very, very awesome. Also, some of these cards will see play at the Pokemon TCG World Championships over in Anaheim, California. And that's a tournament I'll be attending, so I am very eagerly looking forward to all the new cards that get released over the next couple of months. With that being said, let's dive into this video. These are going to be my first impressions of the card, so let's talk about it, shall we? So first card on the menu is going to be Rockets Moltres EX. Rockets Moltres EX is gonna come packed with the Flame Barrier attack 110, and during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 50 less damage from attacks. Pair it up with something like a Bravery Charm, and we also have that special energy for the Rockets Pokemon. You still need about like 2 attachments to get this off, I suppose, but having 50 reduction is definitely tanky and as to speak, because you can also with Bravery Charm and Penny do some stuff. We also come back with the Evil Burn attack, which is even a more devastating attack here. This discard 1 Team Rockets energy from this Pokemon. Team Rocket's energy is actually an energy that gets yourself 2 energies into Rocket's Pokemon instantly. We already talked about that, but yeah, if you discard one of those energies from the Rocket's Moltres, yeah, discard your opponent's active Pokemon and all cards attached to it. So can you imagine Unfair Stamp and discarding your opponent's active Pokemon? That could be very, very devastating. I don't know if it's going to be that useful because having like recovery, we don't longer have like recovery for like specific cards. Like we don't have a special charge for special energies. We no longer have Silene to get cards back. So it's going to be very difficult. I don't even know if there is a world in the standard format where we can get back those special energies quite easily. But discarding your opponent's active is definitely something that you need to respect, because maybe at one point in the future that could actually be useful. Alright, then we do come back with a new Blaziken. It's going to be slapping 120 damage and then also 120 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, but you do need to discard 2 energies from this Pokemon. So maybe in combination with Blaziken EX you could do something, but you need a lot of energies to get it going, so it's just a regular, I would say, bulk card. Then Rockets Articuno, look at that. Prevent all effects of your opponent's Pokemon's attacks done to your basic Team Rockets Pokemon in play. So if you're a big basic deck, think about if you're playing a Rockets Mewtwo EX deck, you might include one of those Rockets Articuno into your deck so you're immune from the effects of your opponent's attack. So that means effects could be placing damage counters is an effect, paralyzing is an effect, putting the opponent to sleep is an effect. So if you can prevent all the effects of your opponent's Pokemon's attacks done to your basic Team Rockets Pokemon, you're gonna have a very great Rockets deck. So a very great card, Rockets Articuno. Also comes back with an attack here, 60 damage, and if this Pokemon has a Team Rocket energy attached, you can slap 120 instead. So 120 for specific basic EXs, you can hit those for weakness and get the KO right there. All depends on if there's like a basic fire type Pokemon that can get huge in the game. We have a Clamperl and then a Huntail eventually. Whenever one of your water Pokemon is knocked out by damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon, you may put all basic water energies attached to that Pokemon into your hand instead of the discard pile. So that's actually pretty huge, definitely in combination with Baxcalibur, allowing you with the super cold ability to accelerate as many water energies as you want during your turn. So if you get knocked out, all the energies return to your hand, so that could be really useful, maybe as like a 2-2 line in a Baxcalibur deck, so you never lose your energies. And that means you can also have to note down that you have to play less superior energy retrievals because they go back into your hand. So that could be super cool here. Put all the basic water energies back into your hand. Definitely a great card. Okay, and then Goreby's. This attack does 30 damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. Before doing damage, you may attach any number of basic water energies from your hand to this Pokemon. Okay, that's a very interesting effect. You have never seen something like this before. Definitely not in the modern age, where before doing damage, you may attach any number of basic water energies from your hand to this Pokemon. With stuff like Earthen Vessel, with the stuff like Chimpao, with the ability as well, Shivery Chill, getting out some water energies right there. If you can get a ton of them out, then you can imagine you can slap 10 energies down onto your Gorebees, and if you get knocked out, the energies go back into your hand because of the Huntail. So actually a very cool combination between Huntail and Gorebees. So you don't even need Baxcalibur in hindsight. So Gorebees Huntail deck, I like this a lot. You will have to fetch all the energies from your deck, but with like Earthen Vessels and all that, that shouldn't be too much of a headache. And slapping that much damage, it's a bunch of stage 1s, so that's the only concern. So you need to get your Clamperls out. Luckily Clamperl has like a low amount of HP, so you can get them out with Buddy Puffin. On the other hand, you are very weak to stuff like, for example, Dracopult, which has been terrorizing the format ever since it got released. So definitely, it could be a cool rogue deck. Next up, we're gonna have Cetitan EX, also a card that got revealed like a couple of weeks ago. We didn't talk about this on the channel just yet. We have the Snow Cover. Whenever your opponent plays an item or supporter card from their hand, prevent all effects of that card done to this Pokemon. So if they're using Crushing Hammer, it's not gonna work. If they're using Balsa's Orders, it's not gonna work on this Pokemon, which is totally awesome. Also reminds me a little bit of Primal Groudon back in the day, because it does slap a ridiculous amount of damage. It slaps 280, yeah, if you discard a Stadium in play. So if you play a lot of Stadiums, you can slap a lot of damage, 300 HP as well, and you cannot get gusted up. So very interesting ability to say the least. So a lot of HP as well, so might actually see play. Rockets Zapdos, that's right, we got a new Zapdos. It's gonna have to be an interesting attack here. Jamming Wing, you may move 1 energy from your opponent's active Pokemon to one of their bench Pokemon. So energy disruption into the attack of the Zapdos. And then also if it has a Team Rocket energy attached, you can actually go for 120 damage. So if there's like Pokemon out there that are weak to lightning, think about water Pokemon, flying type Pokemon, stuff like that. If they're weak to lightning, they can get knocked out quite easily with this attack, but it does require you to actually have the Team Rocket energy, and then also maybe have some luck with generators. Who knows, could be slided into maybe a deck like that. But I don't know where these Rockets legendary trio birds will actually find their home. Definitely Articuno great with stuff like, maybe you can have all of them, like you have the Mewtwo deck, and then you're also having these birds to have some type coverage, because most of them can also be using the Team Rocket energy to slap more damage. So that could be very interesting to say the least. And maybe you're playing EXP share to just do some crazy stuff. With that being said, we have a Rockets Mareep. Okay. Evolving into a Rockets Fluffy. Love the artwork on that one. Love the color scheme here with yeah, the red and the black stuff. So that's cool. And then we have a Rockets Ampharos. When your opponent plays a Pokemon from their hand to evolve one of their Pokemon, put 4 damage counters on that Pokemon. It also doesn't stack. This ability does not stack if you have like 2 Rockets Ampharos up in play. It will only put 4 damage counters when you evolve. So could be, I don't know, probably not that interesting to say the least. If the evolved damage, this is a stage 2, so it won't see play. So we have the Rockets Mewtwo, which we talked about before. As you see here, you may discard up to 2 energy from your benched Pokemon. This attack does 60 damage for each card discarded in this way. So a very interesting way to be playing with a Rockets Mewtwo. Has 280 HP. We talked about Rockets Mewtwo before. But this is also very cool because we have the Rockets Wobbuffet. That's right. We have a Rocket Mirror. Move all damage counters from one of your bench Team Rockets Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. So this Mewtwo with a Bravery Charm could technically have a ton of HP. So 50 additional HP, put him at all the way to 330. So if you don't get one-shotted, you can put all the damage that you got back on the opponent with Rockets Wobbuffet. So that could be a cool combo as well. I think the Rockets energy will be super impactful for most of these attacks, as they do require 2 energies to get going. We have a Primeape, not that interesting. We have Annihilape. If this Pokemon has 2 or more damage counters on it, the attacks used by this Pokemon do 120 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So you could be slapping 280. You will need to get the damage counters onto yourself, by the way. So that could be meaning you're playing, there's a stadium out there. If you're accelerating energy to a non-water type Pokemon, you can get damage. So there are countless ways to actually get some damage, but 280. Is that the number? It used to be the number, but not anymore. So even though 280 does deal with Mewtwo EX, is Mewtwo having a resistance? Yeah, unfortunately. So I don't think Annihilate will ever see play, unfortunately. Regirock EX can accelerate fighting type energies from the discard pile to itself. And the Giant Rock also slaps 280 if the opponent is a Stage 2 Pokemon. But I don't think 280 against a Stage 2 Pokemon is enough, so unfortunately not good. Rocket's Zubat. You know what the Zubat family loves to do, right? You evolve into Golbat, the Rocket's Golbat, with a sneaky bite. The ability is back. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon, discard from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. Very, very, very strong ability. Allows you to get some combos going. We no longer have a Scoop Up Net as a combination, but most likely there will be like a card working with Rocket's Pokemon to pick them back up. So you can have Rocket's Golbat, slap some damage, and then pick it back up. Rocket's Golbat. There's still Scoop Up Cyclone, which can help with this. And note to self is that Rocket's Crobat EX allows you to put 2 damage counters to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. So much damage you could spread around, which is totally awesome. And its attack also puts it back in hand. So that could be, you attack with Rocket's Crobat, get the entire line back, and the following turn you evolve more stuff. So that could be very, very cool to be using. Definitely because you can power this up with the Rocket's energy. So if you use the Rocket's energy, off you go, you attack, you can put it back in hand. Maybe put up a wall like a Mimikyu, for example, or a Cornerstone Mask, Ogerpon EX, put them up in front, and then put all the Rocket's damage modifiers back in hand, which is awesome. Okay, we have Wheezing, but first of all, the Koffing, Smoke Signal. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and takes damage from your opponent's Pokemon, search your deck for 2 Pokemon with Koffing in their name and put them on the bench. So pretty much if you knock out a Koffing, more will come on the bench. So that's actually pretty good ability, to be honest. Definitely if you want some setup. If you want the Rocket's Wheezings in play. Rocket's Wheezing, 40 damage for each Pokemon in play with Koffing or Wheezing. Okay. The problem is that you only have 4 Rockets Koffing, so that's typically, well, you can attack with 1 Rocket's Energy, I suppose. So that's going to be typically 160, probably not enough damage, I would say. Probably not enough damage. Rocket Sneasel, 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon that for each damage counter already on that Pokemon. Okay, the Hit the Wound with also powered up with Rocket's Energy. There's a Zamazenta. 70 damage during your opponent's next turn. If this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, put damage counters on the attack of Pokemon equal to the damage done to this Pokemon. Reminds me of Sigilyph EX, or was it Sigilyph GX? But yeah, probably not going to be seeing play. We've talked about Rocket's Persian before, talked about Rocket's Porygon Z before. Here is Team Rocket's Great Ball. Flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for an evolution Team Rocket's Pokemon and put it in your hand. If tails, search your deck for a basic Team Rocket's Pokemon and put it in hand. So pretty much capturing Aroma, but then only for Rocket's Pokemon. So extra ball engine cards, pretty good. We have the Team Rocket's Venture Bomb. Flip a coin. If heads, put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. Very, very nice. If tails, put 2 damage counters on your active Pokemon. This is not bad. Note to self, we have Monkey Dory in the format, which has been terrorizing the post-rotation format. It's very strong. So pretty much either you put damage on yourself, which you can instantly put to the opponent with a Monkey Dory, or you put the damage counters already to the opponent. So a very, very, very great card that will see play in a whole heap of decks. If you want to have some more damage counters left and right, you can be playing on like Rocket's Golbat, Rocket's Crobat, Team Rocket's Venture Bomb, Monkey Dories, and damage flying everywhere. It's gonna be fantastic. We talked about all of these supporters from Team Rocket, which you can fetch with the Team Rocket's receiver. So very, very good. Team Rocket will definitely have an impact in the game. So I'm very curious to see. Search your deck for 1 trainer and reveal it and put it in hand. So I think we didn't find that one quite yet. We did talk about Ariana, talk about Archer, and Giovanni as well. But I don't think we've talked about Team Rocket's Petrel. So search your deck for 1 trainer and put it in hand. It could be interesting. Maybe like, I don't know if it's a trainer card, right? So you can also get a supporter with that. But most of the time, if you're using this to find a supporter, it's pretty bad. So I think Arvin beats this card by a mile. But note to self that you can fetch this out with the receiver. So that is definitely something, if you're a Team Rocket deck, you might think about this. Team Rocket's Proton, you may use this card even on your first turn going first. just like Carmine, by the way. Search your deck for 3 basic Team Rocket's Pokemon, reveal them and put them in hand. This is incredibly good. I remember like playing Bridget. Who remembers playing Bridget? And then getting your Zoroarks out and all that back in the days of the Shining Legends. Yeah, this is gonna be great because not only can you get this quite easily because of your Team Rocket's receivers, having your setup going will help you in a lot of games out there. So you go first, get your setup. How powerful is this? I think it's one of the strongest cards from the set for sure. And then the Team Rocket's energy, of course, helping you out. As mentioned, gonna be super compatible not only with Rocket's Mewtwo EX, but also Rocket's Crobat EX does have a lot of great uses for this energy. So yeah, this is gonna be the run through of the new cards that were revealed. Hopefully, guys, thought it was a little bit insightful. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in many ways to support the channel. I'm super grateful if you would do so. And yeah, also go check out the sponsors that make the videos possible. But before we check out the sponsors, let me know down below in the comment section what your favorite new card is that you are looking forward to in Destined Rivals coming out at the end of May. All right. The sponsors for today's video, DragonShield.com for your sleeves, banners, and deck boxes. Use the coupon Zapdos5 and get 5% off your order. TC Evolutions for your damage counters and unique ability tokens. You can get 10% off using the coupon ZapdosTCG. BotanStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs with instant email delivery, 5% off as well. And CardMarket.com for European players where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. Use the referral name ZapdosTCG to help support the channel. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I'm very eagerly looking forward to Team Rocket's cards in the Destined Rivals set. I will see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG gameplay, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. Peace!